Everybody could use a personal trainer. Here's Jason Friedman from Blue City Strength.
A person who has never been to a gym before, or when they go to a gym, they leave feeling unsuccessful because they were really kind of felt like they were going to do this, and they get to the gym and then they're psyched about their goals. They're psyched about New Year's resolutions. They signed up for the gym. They're starting to pay a little bit of money to do that. And then they get there and they just don't know what to do. And they're just kind of like floating about. And then they leave and it feels like that really wasn't worth it. I think that that person would definitely be someone well suited to work with a trainer, because we create that relationship with them and their experience.
Jason Friedman, tell me a little bit about who you are.
Well, I would say that I'm somebody who is very passionate about training and about fitness and about the daily practice of movement.
Why would somebody want to go to you?
Having a place to go to be able to work on yourself and kind of devote yourself to getting better and doing something worthwhile. When I kind of got into training and decided that I wanted to pursue this a little bit more seriously as a career, as opposed to just like something that I like to do as a hobby, it was because I really felt like I didn't want to spend my time sitting at a desk and plugging away at something that wasn't particularly important to me. And I always felt like no matter what was going on in my life, that if I was able to get to the gym and I felt good, I felt like I had a little bit of a success that day, even if things were not particularly successful in other ways.
Not everybody can become a professional athlete, but can everybody become healthier?
Yeah. For the fitness aspect of people's lives, what I really try to do is meet people wherever they are and try to make fitness or gym life, I guess you could say, something that feels really at home, feels really relatable to them, not overwhelming or, scary in any way. That this is not like, you're going to come and get your ass absolutely handed to you by your trainer, and your trainer is going to be yelling at you and making you feel bad about yourself. That is the complete opposite of what I think a training experience is. I think it's a relationship that a trainer and a person kind of develop in terms of like what it is that they want to get out of it. And if there's anything that I really put out there to folks, it's that anybody can do it, and that being healthy and being fit or being strong or being able to move is about the practice itself. It's not, when folks come in so often, they come in with very kind of like rigid goals, but they haven't worked out or moved at all in like 20 years. And so they have their sights set on this very like specific idea without any process in order to get them there. And that can be very quickly frustrating for people because the results take time and they're very indefinite. They're not like as finite as people think, like, oh yes, I've arrived and achieved and I've made it there and now I'm done. When really it's just about the consistency and the frequency and the practice, which is something that you continue to go back to on a regular basis. You're continuing to work on your movement. And that's really, as in anything, what mastery is, just a continued practice of working on it, getting better. And I find that through that is how, to me, where the most success comes from is when somebody adopts this into their life. It fully integrates. They come to the gym, they do their work, they leave, they feel good, and then they come back. And it's a very positive, rewarding, full circle experience. So in that regard, there is no exact recipe. It is whatever somebody makes of it, as long as it's something consistent.
Jason, what are some of the things that we can do simply in our house, maybe when we're watching television or got 5 minutes in between this meeting and the next meeting? What can we do that's simple in our house or in our office?
That's actually, I think, one of the most important things or most important places to pick it up would be at the office or at home. What I would say about the industry now is that as a trainer, we're tending to see the same injuries again and again. And essentially they're sitting injuries, they're poor posture injuries. And that's because you're training yourself at all times. So the things that you do the most, your body is adapting into those positions. So if you're kind of slouching at a desk and your wrists are all kind of bent and crooked over because you're banging on a keyboard and you're peering into the computer screen, like kind of leaning forward, and your neck is out of position and your back is curved, that's training for your body. So then when you stand up and you try to like straighten yourself out, it hurts. It feels kind of like unnatural. It feels bad. And so that's when, during that time when you're sitting, I would say the first thing is get up. Don't sit still for long extended periods of time. Half hour, 45 minutes, really try to limit it to that as much as you can, so that when you get up, you don't have to get up and do a power-packed workout, every half an hour. But if you get up and you stretch and you move, you take a quick walk, maybe you do a few reps of something like, 10 good push-ups, 10 good squats, really some of the more basic foundational movements, it kind of resets your entire system, resets your entire posture. And so then when you sit back down to work and you have a little bit of awareness in terms of how you're sitting, holding your chest open, holding your shoulders kind of back and down, sitting up nice and straight, having, the proper support in your lumbar spine, that lower back area, the feet firmly planted on the ground, and just some general awareness about where your body is, in time and space. That's also training and can help alleviate a lot of these postural problems that people are having.
So what is Blue City Strength then?
Well, Blue City Strength is my business to take somebody's blues away by giving them a good workout. Blue City Strength comes from my father, my pops, who is a blues man. He grew up playing the blues, and he still does to this day, jams out, with some friends who he's grown up with. Chicago is known for the blues.
Can anybody work out?
Yeah, anybody can work out. Anybody who can move can do it, or should move. And I think that the term working out might create a certain impression in somebody's head, like they have to do this for an hour and they have to be dripping wet of sweat or things like that. And it depends on the person. It depends on who, what your experience, your background is, any sort of injuries, medical conditions, and things that a program would be then uniquely suited for them to help them step by step get a little bit better. As far as my clientele goes, I work with kids, and then I work with folks who are in their 80s, folks who are like really serious about going after maybe an advanced certification of some kind, or advanced training, like marathon prep or a triathlon. Recently been working with a guy recovering from cancer who, had lost a lot of weight and lost a lot of strength, and decided he wanted to get control of his life again and wanted to dedicate himself to feeling strong and being physical. And so I think it just depends. Anybody could do it.
Do you only work out of a certain gym, or can I call Blue City Strength for any gym?
I really only work out of a gym called The Space,
okay,
which is run by Annie Padrid. We really work extremely well together. And we have great training staff. We're all training independently, so it's a trainer's gym. I do exclusively work out of the Space right now.
How does somebody get a hold of Blue City Strength, Jason?
Telephone number is 773-301-0344. 773-301-0344. I have a website. My website is bluecitystrength.com. People can reach out to me by email, jason@bluecitystrength.com.
Call today for your consultation, 773-301-0344. 773-301-0344. The Blue City Strength Microcast is a podcast for hire production.